Hi, my name is Nick Farnell from the University of Guelph-Humber. In this short WordPress tutorial, we're going to look at creating pages, posts, and menus in our new WordPress installation. So by now we've successfully uploaded WordPress to our server and it's running on our site. What we're going to do in this tutorial is create some new pages, delete some old pages, edit a menu, so we have a menu across the top, create a new blog post, as well as making sure the permalinks and the link structure is appropriate for our site. So to log in, you're just going to go to your site, followed by wp-login.php, and use the username and password that you created when you set up WordPress. So once you're inside the dashboard, the administrator section, only you are going to see this. So the people coming to your site won't actually see this part of your site. This is just for you to keep the site running. On the left-hand side, you'll see some menu options for posts and pages. These are ways that you can add content to your site. So think of pages as static content that doesn't change very often, things like a contact page, an about page, and posts are things that are current for a shorter period of time. So it might be a portfolio piece, it might be an article that you've written. Media is just other video and images that you can upload. Comments are comments that the public makes on your site, and the rest of the tools we'll get to later on. So first off, we're going to create a new page. There's a sample page already. WordPress just adds some existing content to your site when you upload a new version, just so you can see everything running. We're going to add a new page. Across the top, this is where you would add a title. In the content area here, you can add images, you can add text. On the right-hand side is the publish section. So you could publish it right away and it'll go live, or you could make it a draft. A draft just means that it's something that you're working on, that you've saved. It's not ready to publish yet, so the general public won't see it when they visit your site, but when you log into your site, you will see it. You could also publish things in the future, so if you know that you want something to go live a week from now, you can just set the publish date to be in the future. Page parent we will get to in a little bit, and order we'll get to in a little bit as well. So I'm just going to create an about page, and for the content I just have some fake text that I can paste in there, and if I go and publish this, you can see it's successfully been published because it says page published. I'm going to view the page, so I'm going to open that in a new tab, and you can see this is the content that we created. So we had the title about, and then we put some fake text into it. I'm going to create a few more pages. I'm going to create a contact page, and I'm just going to put some fake content in there again. And I'm going to add new. I'm also going to create a blog page. I'm not going to put anything in the blog page just yet, but I will publish it. And if I go add new again, I'm also going to create a portfolio page. And I'm not going to put any content in there yet. So I'll publish that. If we click on pages over here, it'll list all of the pages that we have. So we created an about page, a blog page, a contact page, and a portfolio page, just as examples. And there's that sample page that, that WordPress just adds to get you started. If I go back to this tab, I'm going to refresh the page to see the updated version. If I click on home, there's still no content in the menu. So we know the sample page exists, but we also know that we created those pages. We need to get those new pages into the menu up here. So if I go back to my tab that has the administrator, the dashboard section, I'm actually going to go into the appearance and create a new menu. So the appearance is just that, what your site looks like. We can go in and edit menus. So the menu structure that it shows here right now only shows the home page and the sample page. On this page section here, this is the pages that exist on your site that aren't yet in the menu. So I'm going to click all of these ones that I want there and click add to menu. And then I don't want the sample page there, so I'm going to remove that, but I'm going to save this down here. You'll notice this menu name is menu 1, and then I can manage the location. So if I go over to the manage locations tab, in this theme, there's only one area where a menu can go, but in some themes there are multiple areas where you could put separate menus if you had a secondary navigation menu or something like that, and then you can select the menu that you want to go in that section. So in this case there's only one area and there's only one menu that I have, so I'm going to make sure that is set up and then save that. So now if I go to the tab that has a view that a normal visitor would see and refresh the page, you can see the menu items are there. So homepage, portfolio, blog, contact, and about. The only thing that I need to do now is change the order. So I want it to go, I'm going to have contact at the end. I'm going to start with about, then portfolio, then blog. If I go back to appearance and back to edit menus, it's just as simple as dragging these areas around. I know I want contact at the end, and then I want about to be the second, then portfolio, then blog. That looks good to me. If I save that menu and then come back to the normal visitor view, refresh the page, and then I have it in the order that I want. So if I click on the blog page, let's say, there, it works. Everything is good to go. So one thing that I don't want, right now there are comments. Comment section is available on these pages. A comment section would make sense to me on a page that, like a blog page or portfolio page even, but for the about and contact page, I'm gonna remove this comment area. If I go back to the dashboard, click on pages, and I want to remove it from about. So if I click on about, the next thing I have to do is show some more options. So by default, not all of the options are shown, but if you click on screen options, I'm going to click all of these so they show all of them. Now if I scroll down the page, it's added a few more boxes here. So custom fields we don't have to worry about yet. Where I want to remove things is under discussion. So I don't want any comments. If I update that and then come back to the normal view, refresh the page here, and now the comment section is gone under about. I'm going to do the same thing under the contact page, but I'll show you a quicker way to do it. So in the list, you can just click quick edit and disallow comments. Just saves a little bit of time. So now if I went to the contact page, there are no comments there. So far we've successfully created our new pages, created our menu, and reordered the menu to the appropriate spot. So by default, WordPress sets up the home page of a site to show the blog posts. But we don't want to do that. We're going to change the home page to a new, totally distinct page, and we're going to move all the blog posts to be under the blog page. Right now there's no content under the blog page, and the home page, even though you can click on something, it doesn't really exist because all it is showing the most recent blog posts. So we're going to go back into the back end and create one new page, and we're going to call this page home. And I'll just type, this is the new home page. Going to save that. Then I'm going to make sure it's showing up properly in the menu. and I'm going to remove the other one, save that, and then if I refresh the page and I click on home, it goes to our new home page. So all we did there was we removed the existing home page that WordPress creates for you, which is really just a list of the blog posts. Then we created our new home page and gave it some content. So next we want to create a new blog post and make sure that it shows up under the blog page. To do that, under posts, you can click that and then add new. So right now we have an existing post. This is the one that WordPress creates for you when it first starts. But we're going to create a new one called My Dog Flash, who you might be able to hear in the background right now. Give it some content. And on the right hand side it looks quite similar to a page, but remember that a post is something that, almost like a newspaper article, is only relevant for a shorter period of time. We're going to leave the format as standard, but we are going to add a featured image. So I am just going to select a file from the desktop, which is a picture of my dog. Uploads, and we're going to set this as the featured image. So down there is the featured image. Publish this, and then I can view the post. So I'm going to open that in a new tab, and there is the title, the featured image, and the content of that blog post. So right now if I click on blog, we haven't connected it there yet, so the blog page really isn't showing us anything. To do that, if I go back to the dashboard, and then under settings and reading, it asks me for these reading settings. So right now it's set to the front page displays the latest posts. That's not what I want. What we want it to do, we want the front page to display a static page, and that static page that we want it to display is that new one that we just created called home. And we want the posts page, or the blog page, to be blog. If I save these changes, then I head back to this view and refresh it, we still have our home page that's showing us the page that we just created, and then under blog is showing us all of the blog posts. So remember that this is the one we created, but there's also a second post that came with WordPress that we can delete now. So from here we can still get to that post, head back to the blog, it shows us both, but we want to get rid of this Hello World post. If we go back to posts, we can just trash this one, and then if we refresh the page here, only the post that we created is showing. One other thing to note under settings and permalinks, the newer versions of WordPress give you a nicer looking permalink setting, which is this custom structure here, /% category % /% post name %/. It just makes it look a lot nicer. So if your WordPress installation is showing a default or an unusual link structure that might have a question mark and then a number, just change it to a custom structure and give it a nicer looking post. So we've successfully created some pages, deleted some pages, created a menu, reorganized the menu, created a blogging structure, and added that blog to the proper spot on our site.